Vibe 105. This is Apollo P. I'm in the studio with Rotimi.
Yeah.
What's going on, my man?
What's going on, bruh?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you for being in Canada, man. Thank you for this interview as well. Let me just say that, get out the way.
Oh, it's love, man. You know, I've never been on Toronto, Canada radio before, so it's the first time for everything. But it's fly, man. I really appreciate you.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So what brings you over here?
Well, I'm on tour right now. It's me and August Alsina. We're on tour, knocking out some dates, and we got a show tonight. And so we're just, you know, and I'm promoting my new project, Jeep Music Volume 1, and my new single, Want More, featuring Cranium. It's like an Afro beat type of vibe, and it's doing well, man. We're number 3 on iTunes right now.
That's a good look.
So Jeep Music Volume 1 is definitely killing.
That's a good look. Let me ask you about what inspired the project Jeep Music Volume 1.
You know, when I was creating it, 50 told me, you know, listen, man, be true to who you are. So talk about something that you really went through. And I went through like a really rocky relationship. Coming out of college, I saw money really fast. I went from broke to seeing money really fast to then being on power. So in that relationship, it was so many ups and downs between me and her. And she was known in Jersey for having this white Jeep. So I was like, you know, let me just use a metaphor of like conquering this relationship with the white Jeep. But in the songs, I talk about everything, like me cheating, her cheating, good times, going on vacations, everything, you know, and people are gravitating to how real it is.
Most definitely. Let me ask you a question. Since the project is based around relationships,
yeah.
Do you feel like you have to go on vacation with your girl to kind of get that sense of like, yo, I might have to rock with you long term to see how you are?
Yeah, you know, that's part of it. But, you know, going on a vacation is really just cool because it basically says, it doesn't matter where we are. We just gonna vibe with each other and just love each other's energy. And that's why I wrote that record, because I feel like, you know, in my situation where I was on TV and doing whatnot, and she was just a regular working, hard working woman, she couldn't take off like the way I could take off. So I said, all right, let's go to the beach and let's have our moment and just stay there for 2 days. So it's like that kind of vibe. So Jeep Music Volume 1 definitely was, you know, orchestrated from that.
Oh, since it's Volume 1, people may assume that, you know, there has to be another, you know, a follow-up.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess this is going to intertwine with the same question. Do you believe in like amending relationships after you break up with someone? Like, you know what? Let's try again. Do you believe in that? I
do believe in that. You know, I believe in forgiveness. You know, sometimes it's harder than other times, but I feel like if you really do care, you know, you're going to try to make it work, you know. And some of the records, What We Do, another record on my project, is basically saying like, we hate each other, we love each other, you've done wrong, I've done wrong, but I don't want to go anywhere else but be with you. I like your crazy kind of thing, you know what I mean? So it's What We Do kind of explains like forgiveness and not wanting to move on.
So would we ever get another Jeep Music Volume 2? Oh
yeah, for sure. You know, I'm thinking of concepts right now for it because I wanted that to be a time capsule of what I went through now, being in this new situation and being in this light. You know, it's what am I going to talk about? Yeah. You know, what am I going to talk about?
Do you think it's going to be, because right now you're single, right?
Yeah.
And right now you're going through your single phase right now. So
yeah.
I would assume that it's going to be influenced a lot about single, you know, topics, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I think G Music Volume 2 might be what I'm dealing with in the industry now. Like, is this girl, what's her intentions on being here with me? You know, dang, I worked so hard, you know, or dang, I miss my ex. I wish I had that old thing back. It's like, it's just real life conversation, you know, that I'm going to have when I start creating it. But Volume 1 definitely, sets the tone.
All right, so I was doing my research on you, and I saw that you really put in a lot of legwork.
Yeah.
As an artist.
Yeah.
So first thing I thought was pretty dope. At 15, you went to the Apollo Theater.
Yeah.
You performed.
Yeah.
You did like a contest and things like that.
Yeah.
15 is a young age.
Yeah.
Especially at Apollo where they boo you.
Yes.
So let me ask you this question. Do you ever think back and go like, yo, if I ever got booed at Apollo, would I ever be the same person I am right now?
Wow, you know what? I don't know, man. 15 was such a weird age for me that if I would have gotten booed, I don't think I would have had the confidence to do it again. I'm being 100% because it was just a weird age. You know, you're still trying to figure out yourself. So, and the way it was set up, I was the kid in the adults group. So it was just a long night, man. And it was very, very scary for me at 15. But they didn't boo. I ended up winning, you know. So that's what kind of propelled me to say, you know what? Let's keep it going.
And after 15, you kept on going with what you're doing. And I saw that you went to Northwestern University.
Yes, sir.
And You performed there too. You got like a little bio on the website.
Yeah.
I did some research.
Yeah, you did some research, man. Yeah. I was definitely on one of those kids on campus, like passing out my mixtapes, and you know, I've always wanted this so bad. It's cool. It's funny because being on Power and playing Dre on Power, like I've only been acting for 4 or 5 years. I've been doing music and singing and violin and piano for my whole life. So I just fell into the acting. So when I was in Northwestern, it was all straight music. I was touring, doing different colleges. So it was just like finding myself as an artist then.
Okay. And all right. I feel like this might haunt you back in the future, maybe.
Okay.
But yo, some of the headshots you got on the internet servicing looking crazy.
Crazy, bro. Crazy, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah, you know, it was an awkward stage.
You feel like that's gonna, because some of them, like, well, they got their skin smooth and crazy. I'm looking at you, I'm like, yo, they might meme this in a few years.
If they meme it in a few years, that means I'm doing something right, man.
That's good. That's good.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with that. Like, you can meme it. That means you're still talking about me.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you're on tour with August right now.
Yeah, August.
How's the tour going? Like, do you feel like you're getting your feet wet right now with the touring and stuff like that?
Yeah, you know, you start realizing that different cities give different energies. Different cities like different records, you know. So as long as you consistently do your show and just worry about what you got to do, then you'll be straight. So you can't really go off that, because some crowds might just stare at you, but they're like in awe. Some might just be turned up like, woo, and they're just how they react to it. So at the end of the day, it's like, just do your thing, but you know you're going to gain fans, you know, from doing it, and it's making an awareness of who Rotimi is.
Yeah. So hold on, as an artist,
yeah,
seeing like a dead crowd, how does that make you feel? Like you're performing, like you're actually performing your heart out,
yeah,
and you're seeing the crowd is dead. Like, how does that make you feel? It has to make you feel some type of way.
No, it does. You know, it's like sometimes it's like, okay, maybe this is just not today. You know, and sometimes it's just like, all right, well, what can I do to change that? You know, and did I talk too long? Did I do this? Did I do that? Did I spend too much time on this side? So you start evaluating different things, but again, you can't get caught in that, because you do the same show in a different city, it's gonna be turned up times 10. So it's not necessarily you.
Okay. All right. So everyone knows you not everyone knows you, but like you get a lot of popularity from the show Power.
Yeah.
You got on there because 50 Cent's executive producing, and the show's really high right now. So how do you feel about like the fact that you're on the show? Like season 4, you're not dead yet.
Right.
Your character's stepping up in the
game. Yes, sir.
Your character, I want your character low key dead too.
Yeah, I feel it.
He's doing some snaky stuff.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel like now that you're moving along in your career, your acting career, and it's really pushing?
I think it's awesome, bro. I think for me, it's what I dreamed about. You know, I didn't know what I was going to be a part of that would be special, but I knew I was going to be a part of something special, you know, and the fact that I'm able to be in this position now where I'm on the #1 show and I got the #3 project on iTunes right now, it's a blessing, you know, and yeah, it's just Power's a launching pad for better and bigger things too.
Most definitely. And I noticed a lot in your interview, people really refer to your Nigerian background.
Yeah.
And they kind of, in a way, they kind of like, oh, are you ever going to do like the Afrobeat music?
Yeah.
As an artist who's like obviously doing acting and music, do you always feel like, why are you trying to force me to do that? I may be Nigerian, but necessarily I never came in through doing Afrobeat music.
Well, you know, I don't really feel like they're forcing. I just think they just question like, why haven't I yet? And I think, I mean, it's a perfect time. Like my new single, Want More, is an Afrobeat vibe. It's me and Cranium, you know, and it's moving. So it does work, but at the same time, that's not all I'm good at, you know. So, but I love the fact that it took off because it's a good time and it's showing respect to Nigeria. You know?
Definitely. And you're friends with Wale, right?
Yeah, I'm good friends with Wale. Yeah, yeah.
Well, how is it being Nigerian in the industry? Is that something like you gotta make like yo, I'm Nigerian type of thing?
Nah, you know, for me, it kind of came out organically. I did something on my Instagram like with a face mask, and I called myself Sexy Nigerian Butterscotch, and it just kind of just took off as this thing. You know what I mean? And so we're selling T-shirts with that now, and you know, it organically started unfolding, and because Power has been so good to me, people are starting to research who is Rotimi, because who is Dre. So they're saying, who is Rotimi? So then they find out, oh, he's Nigerian. Oh, he has a new song out called Want More. Oh, he has a new, you know, so it's like all that kind of stuff is happening now.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So what? So now that everything's going on, like everything's moving forward, like I referred a lot to Taxstone. Taxstone says life is about progression.
Yes, it is.
You know, what do you feel about your career now, progressing wise? Because you finally get into a spotlight's finally on you after working.
Yes.
People who may not research and go like, you know what, I know him from this show, or he just suddenly started popping out of like the last year or so. But the grind that you've putting in for like
for 10 years almost. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're in the spot you want to be, like all the work that you put in?
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't question God's time, because a lot of it is where I might have been talently ready, but I wasn't mentally, maybe, you know. So I think it's all happening at the right time, where now I can gauge this, gauge that, and make, you know, decisions, you know, the right way.
I feel you. I guess you get this a lot. People always go like, Rotimi, what do you like more, acting or music?
Right.
But do you feel like you kind of sometimes spread yourself thin because you do too, and you're pretty good at it, both of them?
Right. You know? Do I feel like that? No. I feel like I'm just doing what God told me to do.
Okay.
I'm here to exhaust all of my talent. As long as I'm here, I'm going to exhaust every ounce of my talent, man. And so, no, I mean, because they both come very, not simple, but they're both in me. You know, they're both natural for me to do. So like, nah, it's not wearing thin. I think that I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't focus on both of them.
So I spoke to Fatboy SSC like a few months ago. He was like, I do the comedy stuff on Instagram so I could just feedback my music. Which way does it work for you? Do you feel like you have to do the acting to feedback your music, or do you feel the music feeds back your acting?
No, I think the acting was feeding my music, but now I feel like it's two different entities. You know, now people are saying, yo, I can't wait for volume 2. It has nothing to do with power. You know what I mean? So I feel like I've built it and building it to a point where Jeep Music Volume 1, Rotimi name and music is to a point where they're expecting more and they're loving that for that. Okay, most definitely. Yeah.
All right. Kodak said something about Master P saying that he had to pay Master P to be a mentor. I'm not trying to say that's going on in your career or your life at the moment, but 50 Cent, you have a lot of mentorship from 50 Cent, T.I.
Yeah.
I believe
Jamie Foxx
as well. I'm not gonna. Did you ever feel like you had to pay them to kind of give them?
Pay them?
Yeah, to drop
like,
jewels for you.
Like give money to them?
Yeah.
No. Okay, no. It was never that. It was all love.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you want to sign to G Unit?
Because 50 is a monster, man. Okay. And he believed in me, and I'm very loyal. So he was the first one or second artist to say, yo, I want to offer you a deal. So, and I like challenges, man. I want to be able to say, yo, I put the unit on my back and you know, and carried it for another 10 years. So most definitely. That's kind of what I want to do.
Didn't you feel like signing to an artist may have been like not in the best interest? You know how like usually the conversation is like when you sign to another artist, their interest is in themselves,
right,
instead of the artist that they're signed.
But the thing about 50 is he's a businessman before anything. So he's gonna say, "Oh, want more is popping right now. Yeah. Let's put bread behind it to get more bread," instead of he'll be the type to say, let me pull back my project so we can focus on Rose's project. Okay. That's because he's at the end of the day, he's a businessman.
All right, I appreciate everything that you were doing.
For sure, man.
I've been watching you on your show.
Thank you, bro.
Listen to your music.
Thank you, brother.
You know, I hope you keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you, bro.
Is there anything else you want to let the people know?
Yeah. Get Jeep Music Volume 1. It's available everywhere. Get Want More featuring Cranium. It's available everywhere. And follow me at Rotimi Music, ROTIMI Music. And I respond to everybody, man. Keep watching Power. All right, man. It's Apollo P here, Vibe 105. Call the spot for the people. I'm in the studio with Rotimi. Shout out to you. Thanks, brother. And we out. Yeah.